Welcome back to the channel, everyone. So the topic of today's video is, okay, let's say with regards to gig work, just gig work in general. So you're making your goals with the apps that you currently use or whatever, and let's say that another kind of like app comes into the picture that's doing, that gets you more money or whatever. Should you stay with the same goals that you had before, or does that now like change things? If you can, do you work less? So that's the topic for today's video. First, before I get into this, I dashed earlier today. And today is an example of what I'm talking about. So I did 12 deliveries, like $106, I think, and not much to tell from the dash, but I did want to throw up a screenshot of. I had one customer that had bologna in their shopping order, and take a look at this picture from the meat wall of the store, completely gutted out. And not only am I not getting the bologna, I'm not getting any kind of lunch meat for this customer. And but again, that's something that gets counted against a dasher in their shopping statistics. So I don't know. But anyway, so I've talked about in the last week or so, 2 weeks, how Deliver That has just all of a sudden like stormed onto the scene for me. Like it was, I had it, I got onto the platform last year, did a few orders, then it went away. It died on me for like 8 months. And then all of a sudden these last couple weeks, like I said, it's kind of like stormed back onto the scene. And I've done like three orders paying at least $100 for just one delivery. So my wife is kind of jokingly kind of giving me a hard time on some of these days where I have an order like that, where she said that, okay, like, yesterday was a good example. So yesterday, all I did was my one record-breaking delivery. So it paid me $262, and we spent about an hour on that, and then that was it. I didn't log into DoorDash, or I just did the one delivery yesterday and worked about an hour and made the $262. So what do you guys think? Is that like right or wrong? So if let's say you just do DoorDash, and in the early days, I did this before myself. I would usually work a certain amount of hours, but let's say like the one time where I got the stacked double catering order that paid me like $96. Well, I pretty much didn't do anything. Hey, boom, this is $96. And at the time, I think I had a goal of $100 each day. Boom, this takes care of it. Done, log off, go home. Well, if you run into extra money like this and this amount of extra money, should you just count it towards your goals, or should you like continue to work more? What do you guys think? I guess there's a lot of, I guess it just depends on a person's financial situation, and it's probably not a right or wrong answer, like a yes or no answer. I guess it depends on the person, their situation, and the circumstances. So I don't think for something like this, there's really like a right or wrong. But I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting topic to kind of talk about. One thing, as far as like at the W-2 atmosphere, one thing that I never agreed with, I would hear of people around like after tax time and when they were getting their refunds. I used to hear about people that would get like a big tax refund and then just start calling off of work. Oh, well, heck, this tax refund right here, this is enough money to get me by for the next 2, 3 weeks. I'm just going to call off work for the next 2 weeks. See, something like that at a W-2, I don't agree with something like that. Gig work is a little bit different. So for me, I think, and I've been kind of thinking about this the last couple days, since I've been getting a few of these large orders would deliver that. And like, how do I want to proceed going forward if hopefully I continue to get orders like this? I think for me, it's kind of going to depend on when I'm doing the order. So, okay, so I talked about today was kind of like a good example. I pre-scheduled a couple days ago, 48 hours in advance, a delivery for this evening. And I talked about it in a previous video. I showed the offer screen. It's like a $62 order that I'm doing tonight. Okay, so normally on a weekday, I have a $150 goal. So it's $150 on the weekdays, $200 on the weekends. So today, I kind of joke with my wife, oh, since I'm making, 62 tonight, does that mean I can just log off at like when I get to $90 today? She said, no, I think you should do your door dashing until, $150 like you usually would. If I accept one of these catering orders and it's in the morning or early afternoon when I'm normally dashing, then absolutely I'm going to count it towards my 150. This order today being this evening, that's, I don't know, it makes it a little bit different. What I decided to do was I took I got up to my $90 and I took about 2 orders past that. I took another order that took me up to like $99 and then one more that took me up to 106, and I figured I'd just stop right there. So 106 plus the 62 is 168 versus a goal of 150. So I was kind of hungry, and if I can and have the ability to shut down around, I think it was like 12 or 12:30 that I shut down today. Yesterday was a little bit different. That was a $262 order or whatever. I think that's the exact amount. And so I don't know. Part of me is thinking, well, my wife was off work yesterday, so we did some other things. We were going to take a trip in September, so we were doing a little bit of research for that. We did some shopping. We tried out a new restaurant that just opened in this area. We did some other things like that. So I figured my how I felt yesterday, well, let's just do this one order and let's only do some extra gig work if we're bored and feel like doing it. But I don't know. I could have still dashed for 2, 3, 4 hours, something like that. I would only needed to make $40 to break my record for, most money made doing gig work in a single day. And then because my record is 300 that I made this past Super Bowl Sunday. So I don't know. It's tough. And like I said, I don't really think there's like a right or wrong or, this YouTube channel, that's another example. Well, let's just say a fairy tale. I'm not making money off this channel right now, but let's say in the future I am. And let's say in a fairy tale world, I was making $200 per day off this YouTube channel. Well, the channel is about the gig work that I do. So I couldn't say, oh, I'm making $200 doing this, so now just stop the gig working. No, I have to continue to do the gig work, to talk about it. So I think, you know, how I kind of see it is, let's say, take me and my situation would deliver that. Okay, now that that's back into the picture and getting me some extra income there, I don't think I have to necessarily keep the same goals that I was keeping with like DoorDash and Uber. I think I can, I have the ability to kind of back off of those a little bit and work less now that I'm getting money from that. But not, I don't think, I think it just, you know, how do I want to say this? Yeah, I can back off of it, but like, don't back all the way off of it. Like, I don't want to have too many days like yesterday where I just have a big catering order and then I just go out there and work 1 hour and make $200 and don't do anything else for the day. Yesterday that was fine, and I kind of felt like I needed a break and a day off, and we did other things, but I wouldn't want to do that like consistently, if that makes sense. But you know, you guys throw comments in here what you guys think about this. And you know, and I have the income from the part-time from the W-2 as well in the mix. You know, let's not forget about that right now. But anyway, that's all I have for now, and my thoughts on this topic. Again, let me know what you guys think, and thanks so much for watching. As always, be sure to drive safe out there, and we'll catch you next time. I got that $400 Cinnabon order tonight that's paying me $62. Tomorrow is the start of Amazon Prime Days. I found this set of like 5 catering bags for like $53. I want to see if they get discounted tomorrow for Prime Days. But again, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you at the next video.